Hi, I'm Leo and welcome to School Me. In this tutorial, we'll be going over JavaScript function. Alright guys, at the end of this tutorial, if you think the video was helpful, please hit the like button. And if you have anything to say or any questions, just leave a comment. And if you're new, please consider subscribing for more updates. Alright, so what is a JavaScript function? Now, a function is a block of JavaScript code that is defined once but may be executed and invoked several times. So you write your JavaScript function once and you can use it several times. Now, when we talk about the JavaScript function, there are a couple of things that you should know. One is that a function performs one or more action. Two is that a function can be reused. Now, three is that a function can be invoked several times. So when I write a function, I can call it more than just once. Now, a function also accepts argument and a function returns value. Now, as we proceed, I am going to demonstrate how all of this works, so you need not worry about it. Alright, next up is the different methods or ways of defining or writing functions. So basically, we have two ways of writing our functions, and the first one is using the function declaration, and the second one is using the function expression. So I'm going to show you this in my text editor. Alright, before we proceed to the different methods of creating a function, there's something I want to point out, and that is that when you're writing your HTML code, you tend to put your CSS, your external CSS style sheet at the top or the head section of your code. Now, when it comes to JavaScript, we don't actually do it that way. You're advised to put your script at the bottom of your JavaScript, your HTML code, or just before the closing tag of your HTML code. Now, we do this for two basic reasons. One is so that your page can load faster, and the second one is so that errors from your JavaScript code cannot actually affect your HTML and CSS code. Alright, having said this, let's proceed to the various methods. We're going to start with a function declaration method. So what you do is you write the word function and you put a space and you put the name of this function, something called an identifier. So I'm going to be using phone here, and you put your parentheses open and close, and you open up your curly braces. So in here is where you're going to be writing your function. So I'll be using console.log. Now, what I want to do, you open up your parentheses. What I want to say here is I don't know. I don't know. Now you put your semicolon and you save. Now, when I go to my browser and reload, you will notice that nothing actually happens. You can see there is nothing here. And that is because though I have written this function, I have not actually called the function. To do this, you get the name of the function with the parentheses there, and you put your semicolon. Now when I save and go back and reload this page, you'll notice that it's going to say I do know. Alright, I don't know what's up with my code. That's the funny thing about JavaScript. Alright, everything looks fine. So when I go to my page and reload, you're going to notice it does say I don't know. So that's how you use the declaration method. So next is the expression method. Now in order to do this one is a bit different from the first one. So what you do is you start with const. So you write your const and you put the name of the function. I'm still using phone, and you're going to put an equal sign and then you write your function. Now when you do this, you're going to put your parentheses, you close it, and you open up your curly braces. So in here is where you'll be writing your code. So I'll still use console.log. Open up my parentheses. Now I want to say I do actually know. Now when I do this, I forgot to put my quotation marks. Now when you do this, you put your semicolon, and for the function expression method, you have to also put a semicolon here, unlike the first one. Now when I save and reload in my browser, you'll notice again that nothing happens. Now that's because I've not actually called the function. So I'll go back. Now calling this function is same with the other one. So you put the name of the function, and you put your parentheses and your semicolon. Now when I save this and go back to my browser and reload, you'll notice it does say I do actually know. So these are the two basic methods of writing your JavaScript functions. Alright, next up we'll move to different ways of invoking or calling your functions.